This week on the Steam Machine Podcast.
Ah, yes, the Steam Machine Podcast. We are very nice, but a medieval. Cue the music.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and joining me as always is one half of the Destructo Bros.
Hey, it's Willie, and I'm very proud to be here with you.
Hell yeah, my brother, and I am happy to have you with us. And also joining us, the one, the only, the man with the hand held, that is, Mr. Team Retrogue, Mick. How you doing, buddy? Mick's a sleepy boy today. Been a long week for you too, huh?
Very long fucking week. But I'm here.
Well.
And this man's got to get his honk on before he can get his shoe on. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Can you explain it?
Oh, it's like when you do that little fun sound. It's like honk, shoo, 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 honk, shoo, 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 shoo.
I thought it was
not gonna lie. I thought you said Hong Kong.
That's what I thought too. Like.
So I thought you were going Hong Kong Phooey.
He put that phooey up in that Hong Kong.
I thought
phooey.
you were trying to tell me I was hung like Hong Kong.
Yeah, you are like literally like so hung that it is questionable as to whether you belong to China or not.
Let me ask you a question, Willie.
International disputes about this man's wangus.
If a Chinese man has a giant penis, does that mean it's the people's penis?
If a Chinese man has a giant penis and no one has ever seen it, does that mean it belongs to the Grand Emperor?
Well, because
I feel like we're discovering a lot of complications about the governance of that country. And yet, you know what? I feel like the penis will be distributed according to people's needs.
well, that's the thing. Like, if I live in China and I really need this guy's penis, can I just take it?
I mean, you can borrow it. You can't have it.
I mean, eventually it's got to go back to
imagine-
eventually it's got to go back to the people.
Yes.
I would imagine that you would put your name on a list, and when it was your time to get the penis, they would call you, and then you could go receive the penis.
Mick doesn't need to be on any more lists.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. That is very, very fair. We're all now, because of this conversation, on the do not allow in the country for China list. We might be able to get into Hong
I
Kong.
like you, China. Dude, I like
mean,
y'all. I'm so sorry.
I need to watch what I say. I might get cut off by Chinese companies. They might stop
I
sending.
like China,
They
man.
may
I
stop
honestly-
sending me handhelds.
To say nice things, that is a beautiful country landscape wise. Like, I have seen some like land shots of China that are absolutely gorgeous.
Dude, food from Sichuan is amazing. Like, incredible shit.
Yeah, especially that sauce, right?
Oh no, we're not. Before we started this podcast, we discussed Rick and Mortis, and
Rickolas and
you
Mortis.
know, shit, Rickolas and Mortis.
I liked
okay.
that episode. And by the way, if you didn't appreciate that episode, you are un-American, apparently. Some people might think. But not me. You're American as hell, Willie.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's start with Will. Will, how you doing, man? What you been up to?
Oh man, I've been up to so many things. Actually, this week I beat a couple video games, so that's kind of neat. Probably the most interesting one is I finally went back and played Monster Rancher 2, which had just been like kind of eating in my brain since I was a child, and we did do it for the show, but I finally got back in there and I beat Monster Rancher 2, and I was very happy with that, because it's a really delightful game once you kind of understand the mechanics of it.
Oh yeah, dude. Monster Rancher is a great time.
And like I had fun like naming my monsters too, because I gave them like little goofy names based on like the disc that they originally came off of. Like you know, I made one off of Hotel California by the Eagles, and I called her Calitas. But this is my favorite one, and I think you'll get this one. I made a monster named Maurice off of Persona 5 Strikers.
Okay.
Can you see where the logic came from?
No. But that's because I'm
Dalton?
sleepy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna guess it had something to do with Morgana.
No. Maurice. Some people call me Maurice. Some people call me the Joker of Love.
Oh.
Joker.
God, gangster of love. I got you.
Gangster of love, but I'm a Joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight. Yeah.
Midnight. So, okay, I get that.
But so I just had a ton of fun with that game. I ended up playing it and using monster types that I'd never used before, and that was really cool. Because even when we did it for the show, like one of the things I wanted to do was explore things I'd never done as a kid. And so just being able to use like a Durahan and a Phoenix and all of those made it really fun for me.
Now, I got a question. When you had the colitas, did you have trouble finding the colitas? Because I hear that a lot of men have a lot of trouble finding the colitas.
No, not me. The warm smell really gathered me there.
Oh,
this conversation really stinks. Get it? Because
smells like a summer's eve to me.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, that one was pretty good.
That took me
actually.
a second, but well played.
Let's see. Looking through my notes some more. Other than that, I've been playing some games in Luanti. Finally installed Mind Test Game, which is the default Luanti game, and playing a mod pack for that called Tech Age. So it's just like, you know, you're trying to build together technologies and stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get far enough into it to have anything interesting to say about it. I'm just saying, like, next episode, I will have something to say about Tech Age, or else I won't.
All right. That made me laugh, and I coughed. Sorry, I had to hit the mic.
I think that actually is everything I have in my notes. Yep.
All right. Well, then my next question is, who wants to vent first, me or Nick? Or me or Nick?
Wait, no, I do have one more thing, actually. So I got back into rewatching some analog horror stuff, and I actually watched one of the main shows, which I'd never watched before, called The Mandela Catalog.
Oh, I've seen Wendigoon's video about the Mandela Catalog. That one seems really cool.
Yeah, actually, the wildest thing, too, is, like, Volume 6 just dropped, like, a month ago, too, so there's, like, new stuff to watch in it. What I was surprised by is, like, I had kind of, like, an unfair impression of it from when I first heard about it, but, like, there's a lot of, like, actual acting and, you know, real analog shit going on in it. It's not just, you know, what people say analog horror and they just do, like, video effects on a digital background or whatever.
Yeah. Like,
I actually really enjoyed the story of the Mandela Catalog so far. And, like, it's actually really interesting. The pacing is really good. And you can basically knock out, like, the entire channel in like 4 or 5 hours at this point, and kind of recommend it. It's still building to something. It doesn't have a resolution yet, but I really like the way that it uses like a combination of original materials and you know, new acting and stuff. Like one of the main things that it's based on is there's like an old cartoon called The Beginner's Bible. It's like a Christian cartoon or whatever that they like overdub in lots of parts of it. But like, I kind of thought that would be the whole gimmick. And instead it ends up being really interesting in a way that's hard for me to explain. Because I don't think I can say why it's interesting without giving some of it away.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are like that. I really enjoyed the last one that I kind of dove into was the one, you might be able to help me out with the name. It's the one with the guy who just wants you to let him in.
I actually don't think I know that one.
It was the puppets, and it was like the one...
Oh, Shay St. John?
No, was it... I keep thinking Welcome Home, and I'm like, no, that's not right.
No, Welcome Home was a thing, but it was... Welcome Home was the one that was like the PBS type parody.
Yeah. And it had all the different puppet characters. And,
yeah.
The one just talked like this. Like there was something real weird about the one, the main guy. And okay, yeah, so we are thinking of that. So yeah, Welcome Home.
Yeah, when I first saw, I can't believe it. We literally were joking about that song earlier before the recording. Anyway, but yeah, like Welcome Home, like I need to catch up on that because when I first heard about it, it was just basically a webpage, and then like there's been a bunch more to happen since then. So I want to check up on that one.
And shout out to this isn't technically the same thing, but still a very creepy internet show was Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Hell yeah. Actually, I could see a through line between those two. Just creepy puppets and shit.
I thought about throwing that at Dane and Jeff and being like, since this is media and not always has to be movies, dude, we're watching a YouTube series. It'll take you about 2 hours and prepare yourself for the ride.
I enjoy doing my friendly neighborhood for the show. I'm always there for some more puppet freaks.
Yeah. Pick any random color or pick any good color. Red. Red is not a good
That's not a creative color.
Not a creative color.
That's right.
All right. Mick, you want to vent first? You want me to vent first?
Nah, you go ahead. I think you've had it rougher than me.
So, this has been Spirit Week. And what Spirit Week is at work is a week to raise spirits as we approach the national holiday known as 420. So, today, I'm just going to specifically talk about today because there's just been a lot of shit going on at work. My buddy Tony quit, and then now he's just gone. He didn't do his last week like he was going to, he's just gone. So I'm just like, all right.
Did they tell him not to do his last week?
I don't know because he worked one day of it and then said he stabbed himself in the foot and couldn't come in the next day. So I don't know if Shauna just told him don't worry about it then, or if he just said peace. I don't know. I was left in the dark on that. But
yeah.
Anyway, so we now have 2 managers. We normally have 4. So we are, and then we are just understaffed. So today I go in and we are slammed like SummerSlam. Just Brock Lesnar, German suplexing everybody. Fucking busy as shit. So while we're busy as shit, we have all the registers going. There's somebody stuck, Hannah was just stuck in drive-thru. Everybody knows Hannah in the Discord. And we're ringing people up. So finally, it starts to calm down a little bit. And I said, Jen, I'm going to go in the back and start working on the mountain of pickups that have come in. She's like, okay, thank you. So I go back there and I start working on them. I've knocked out 5 or 6 of the 30 that were there. And Jen comes back on the phone talking. And I'm like, okay, so maybe someone's calling to check on their order because they're backed up. So she goes, yes, I see that this order is from 3:30 and it is now 5 o'clock. Yes, it's fulfilled. I'm looking at it right now. It's fulfilled. Yes. Okay. And then she goes going all this stuff. And then I realize she's talking to Gabby, my area manager, who is on her side refreshing our pickups and seeing that they're not done and calling the store to bitch that they're not done. Micromanaging. So when Jen hung up the phone, and I'm going to tell y'all what I told Jen. I said, maybe if that fat bitch was to come in here and waddle her Oompa Loompa fucking ass in here and help instead of just calling us and bitching when we're fucking busy, why doesn't she look at the cameras like I know she's got access to and I know she does and see that we're fucking slammed and that's why these aren't getting done? I was like, in my head, I'm like, dude, I dealt with this enough at Walgreens. Where old Bertha would watch the cameras sitting on her fat ass at home on the couch. And now I'm dealing with it here? I'm like, dude, they'll fucking pay me enough for this. That being said, there's a position open to go up in management, and I did apply for it, so it'll at least be a little bit of more money. But here's the thing. After all this bullshit that's been going on recently, tomorrow at work, I'm going to be closing with a manager from another store, and Gabby's supposed to be there. And tomorrow is what they call an activation day, which means we will have a spin the wheel, get a deal thing going on, and there will be bags that people can get with getting patches put on them and things in that nature, which means we're going to be fucking busy. And Gabby's going to be there. And so my plan tomorrow is dress up like your favorite Marvel or DC hero or villain. But I don't really, I don't want to dress up like Spider. I can't wear masks. I don't want to dress up like Spider-Man or anything like that. So I'm thinking real life superheroes, wrestlers. Who can I dress up? Danhausen.
Very nice.
So I ordered
Very nice.
Very evil.
Very evil.
Very evil. I cannot wait.
So I ordered some face paint, and I ordered a cape that is black and then red on the inside. And then I picked up today some black nail paint and some black lipstick. So I'm going full force tomorrow. I'm going to be in full character, going to probably annoy everyone, and I cannot wait.
Are you going to shave for this role?
Ooh, I might shave the creepy man neck, but I don't know if I'm going to shave the chin hair and the thing. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to be Danhausen. I'm Budhausen. I am Danhausen's cousin who sells the weeds.
How much weed would you like today? We don't have the cursed weed here.
Would you like 1 weed? 2 weeds? How about a vape? $6,000. I'll get you a half gram, and I will sign it, Budhausen, and it will be priceless.
Budhausen. Budhausen is very good.
He's been practicing.
It's gonna be fun, and I'm not gonna let anybody crush my spirits. So there's a very good chance that if something occurs between me and an upper management person, that I will go out in character.
You are cursed.
No, don't say it.
Don't worry, I aimed it down.
So you just
Thank
cursed
you.
your penis?
No. I if anything, I cursed this board that is holding my keyboard and mouse, so it'll probably fall apart in the next.
I was
few
gonna
days,
say, if that falls apart in the middle of the episode.
but yeah, dude. So there's just been a lot of stress at work. We've been stupid fucking busy, and then me signing up for shit that I shouldn't have, but I did. So I worked today. Tomorrow I work and I do that. Also tomorrow night, WrestleMania night 1. So when I get off work, gonna get that started ASAP. It will be late. I apologize.
I will probably end up watching it here just because my brother's actually coming over here for dinner for once instead of us going over there. So
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, yeah.
Just no spoilers, please. That's all I
Host
ask.
them up.
Oh, I'm not saying a word until I see you guys in chat in the voice, and then I will make a snide comment in chat here and there. I'm
enough.
more than likely, depending on how tired I am, going to come into chat for or come into voice for the second night.
Yeah,
Nice.
which that'll be Sunday night. So
Yeah.
I got asked the other day at work, hey, can I switch your days this week? I was off on Sunday, and then I worked Thursday, and they were like, can I switch you that? And then you'll be off on Thursday, and you work 4 to 8 on Sunday. And I was like, the only reason I agreed to it is because that now gives me Wednesday and Thursday off. So I have 2 days off in a row, so I can actually do some shit around the house. So I was like, okay, the dudes in Discord and lady will understand that I WrestleMania Night 2 will also be a couple hours late, but we will get started as soon as I get home. But here's the thing. We get started. We're going to watch this long show. When it's over, I then immediately have to try to make myself fall asleep because I have to wake up at 6 to 6:30 in the morning to start prepping to cook ribs to take in for the potluck, which is going to happen on 4/20, our busiest day of the year.
Oh, shit.
And then,
You bet you're wishing you signed up for napkins and soda, aren't you?
or at least something quick and easy to cook, like my potato salad that I made last time.
Oh, but
But,
no, you got a reputation now. You're the rib guy.
Yeah. Got a reputation to uphold. And I got to make a couple chicken breasts for Shauna because she doesn't eat pork. But, and then I work Tuesday, and then I'm off. So if I could just make it to Tuesday night, I'll be so happy. To the point that tonight is the Hall of Fame, which I watch every year, but we're recording. And then after we're done recording, I don't know whether I'm going to watch the Hall of Fame or the Cultaholic podcast that came out today. That's like 8 hours worth of shit, and I don't have 8 hours to watch it all. So
You're
figure it
gonna
out.
try to watch one of them and pass out.
more than likely, because it'll be after I get
Yeah.
done editing. So
Yeah.
But so other stuff we've seen in wrestling this last couple weeks. I mean, fucking CM Punk did an incredible,
yeah, you finally
like
watched that.
nouveau pipe bomb. Yeah, I got around to that today, and I quite enjoyed it. Like, I don't think it was quite as hardcore as the first one, but he definitely was. He was given free reign, and I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
dude. When he just started looking at the, when he called Pat McAfee a buggy whipped armed loser or something like that, I popped because that's a Jim Cornette line.
Damn, that is actually kind of a cool deep cut.
Buggy whipped arm.
Also, man, love to hear that Darby Allin won the world championship in AEW. Finally got around to watching that match as well, and god damn, the fact that not only did he win, but he won the championship over who is probably the greatest heel in wrestling history.
Oh, MJF. Yeah.
Like, let's not mince words. MJF is the fucking nuts,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. He's great, dude. MJF's fantastic.
And the fact that Darby Allin got to get the W over him and just clean in the middle of the ring, unquestionably, just like landing his signature move from all four corners of the ring.
And going back to what we were talking about earlier about fan bases, I have seen wrestling Twitter on that side shitting all over it. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You gotta.
No,
be
that's
kidding me.
that's ridiculous, dude.
Darby's the
Darby
man.
Allin. I've wanted to see him win bigger and bigger, and even when he won just the TV title, I was like, that is huge. Like him feuding with Samoa Joe, I thought was amazing, and seeing him as the guy, the world champion now, to me is just it's surreal. It's amazing.
You know, I've got love for him because he's one of my fest boys.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
the same feeling I get when I see WWE finally got Danhausen a blimp.
Yeah.
And he flew it,
Oh, hell yeah,
he
dude.
flew it over the stadium today.
He
Here's
cursed.
the thing.
That's so
He cursed
awesome.
all of LA, I believe.
As soon as he came up with the Danhausen gimmick, before he was like, you know, because I knew him first as Donovan Danhausen. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
So when he came up with Danhausen, he was in Ring of Honor, and one of the first things he started doing was demanding that Gabe Sapolsky give him a blimp.
Huh.
And then
Wow, so he's been doing it that long.
yeah, and then he was in AEW telling Tony Khan he wanted a blimp. And now he finally came to WWE and said he wanted a blimp, and they got him a blimp. That's why he tweeted out today. He's like, WWE got Danhausen the blimp? Yeah! He was so fucking ecstatic.
Congratulations, Blimphausen. Let's go.
Dude, that they knew exactly what they were doing by signing him on.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah,
entertaining.
Like, dude,
Like he is wrestling.
when AEW got Danhausen for the first time, like, he was such a huge indie star and he was making so many headlines, but they also didn't really know what they wanted to do with him. They just kind of wanted to, like, we want to pay Danhausen. We want this guy. He's fucking a star, obviously. But they couldn't figure out what to do with him. And now WWE, which I would not have guessed would have been the ones to know what to do with him, have figured out exactly what the fuck to do with him. Just let him get out there and make some fucking
content.
clips, you know?
Yeah, he's basically a content creator for WWE, but he's also wrestling.
Yeah.
I was
And
gonna say, did
I
either
love
of you see his debut match?
I love
Yeah, he's on a win streak now, apparently.
I love that they're getting him into matches and they're figuring out ways to work the cursing in.
Yeah.
Like the two matches that I saw, they made the pyrotechnics work
Dude,
a certain
yeah,
way.
When it was him versus Kit Wilson, and Kit got up on the fucking top rope, and Danhausen did the curse fingers, and the pyro went off behind Kit.
I mean,
And he
obviously,
fell, and Danhausen pinned him. Tremendous, dude.
Yeah.
planned, but
Everything is.
but
well, yeah, I mean, but it's a
Freaking
great fucking.
fantastic.
It's a great way to do
And
it.
then I saw a clip of a match where he was trying to curse the other wrestler, and he accidentally cursed the ref. And he got he got pinned, and the ref went 1,
but
2,
the referee tried to pull it up, and his arm
and
fucking
and his
locked
arm,
up
like
'cause
all
he
of a
was
sudden his
cursed.
arm obviously it was fake. But like he could.
Yes, I don't know if you've heard this, but wrestling is fucking fiction.
But,
It's
but
fucking
he
fun.
He
It's
couldn't
a-
get the freaking third hand. He couldn't get the 3 down. So then Danhausen was able to break out and pin the other guy. Oh my god! You know what? It's just that's some of the most entertaining shit I've seen in a long time. And Nefarious is
And that's one of the things I really love about wrestling too, is when they play with the rules of it like that.
Yeah.
And like I think that's what makes Danhausen so fun, is like he kind of rides that line between, you know, storyline and real or whatever.
So-
where it's like he doesn't diminish the show by existing, but he makes it funnier.
Yeah.
so Nefarious doesn't really care for the whole Danhausen thing because he's thinking back to wrestling when he was a kid. And he's like, oh, no, it's just not like that anymore. It's just, that's all a show now. And I'm like, it's always a show.
What did he grow up during the Attitude Era?
He grew up, well, I mean, we both grew up in the 80s. We were both 80s kids.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the WWF in the 80s then, with like Duke the Dumpster Droese and IRS and all of these characters that, what the fucking gobbledygooker, the Red Rooster. I tell Nefarious to go back and watch some 80s wrestling. Now, granted, if he was a Southern wrestling fan, he was getting real shit in the 80s. They were beating the fuck out of each other down here. But
I have no idea. But
I guarantee he's talking about Hulk Hogan, Macho Man.
Oh, probably
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant. Yeah, he's probably because when I think of wrestling as a kid, WWF as a kid, that's what I think of.
Well, you should go to
Yeah,
work.
you probably were watching more of that instead of like the WCW.
It would just be
obviously at the same time Ric Flair versus Steamboat was happening, and it was
Yeah.
amazing. But WWE was also doing like crazy well, WWF at the time, but they were doing crazy things. They were making wrestling palatable. They were making it a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
Rock and Wrestling Connection with Cyndi Lauper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was literally the beginnings of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
I think that's one of them.
I was never super into wrestling when I was younger. I'd say just the last few months that I've kind of really been into it. But every kid in the 80s knew who Hulk Hogan was. We knew who Andre the Giant was. We knew who Ultimate Warrior was. It didn't matter if you watched wrestling or not, because the toys would be everywhere.
That was going to be my thing. Is you should.
That might be what he's thinking of. Like, he's thinking of, like, seeing all the merch and shit as a kid and all that. I have no idea what's going through his mind when he's saying it's not like it was. And it's not like it was. But it's because it's different. But it's different now. It's not bad.
But in many ways, it's better.
Yeah, it's not.
In many ways,
bad.
It's better because
it's not about
the average athlete is way better at the actual sport than they were at that time.
But it's, you know, I don't know, just, you know,
I guarantee you, if you watch the average.
Hold on, let me finish. As an older man, I appreciate a good story more than anything.
Sure.
And that's what I'm getting out of this. Like, I'm getting like my big thing is, like, just freaking watching AJ Lee and Becky Lynch right now. Like
great storyline.
Watching that storyline, because I watched like Becky Lynch is getting all in with the Danhausen stuff too, and actually that's making me appreciate her a little bit more as a heel. Because now I'm starting to like see her as not a villain. I'm actually starting to see a different side of her, and she's a little bit more fun than I thought.
Becky is funny as fuck.
Yeah, she's a little bit more like, I wouldn't say down to earth, but she's not like the tough, like, smacking CM Punk. For lack of a better term, like, bitch that she is, or that she portrays herself to be in the ring. She's actually like, she's like you said, she's funny, and
she went to clown college.
Did she really?
Yeah, she was also a flight attendant.
Huh? Yeah, no, I mean,
she's done a lot of crazy shit.
I mean, it's kind of cool, and yet she'll still, like, interrupt interrupt a media guy interviewing AJ Lee and sit down where he was sitting and fucking just start roasting her at the same time. Like, I don't know. It's just a great feud. I don't know why I like that feud so much.
Dude,
it's a great choice to, like, pick up as, like, the main storyline you want to watch right now, because, like, seriously, both of them are highly charismatic and very talented athletes as well.
But also AJ Lee, like, when she came back to WWE, like, recently, and CM Punk just introduces her by saying, like, I would never put my hands on a woman, but I know someone who will, and she just starts skipping comes into her theme song and just starts skipping down, and I'm like, well then. And she, like, sits on the ropes and, like, tries to act all, like, cute and innocent, and then just proceeds to beat the shit out of Becky Lynch.
No, AJ's thing was always that she was a psychopath.
Yeah.
And skipping to the ring is a complete facade.
Oh no, abso-absolutely. Yeah. But then you see, like, behind the scenes stuff with her, and she's like, she's also got a nice personality, like, outside of the ring too.
I think that's one of the things that makes it really fun too, is, like, you like them both as actors and athletes at the same time. Like, you like the character they portray, and you like the person that portrays the character.
Yeah. The absolute bar that AJ hit Becky with at the end of that promo that you're talking about there, where she said, when you ask your daughter who her favorite wrestler is, she's not going to tell you Becky Lynch. She's going to say AJ Lee.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fool, fuck, that's a touchy subject right there, dude.
Well, they're
also
CM
Punk
they're both being touchy as fuck. Like, CM Punk's being a dick too, which I think
I think it's also one of the things that, like, CM Punk is really famous for this, for, like, pushing the boundaries of, like, fact and fiction in wrestling. And so to see that the whole family does it now is really cool, you know?
Yeah. But I think that's what you were about to allude to, was him and, who's he fighting? Roman Reigns?
No, it's him and, it is Roman, yeah.
Yeah, he made a comment about burying him with his father.
Oh my God. That's not where I was going to go, but yes, that line too is fucking hardcore. No, I was actually going to say just real quick that, I saw today that Paige got re-signed, and I was just watching a podcast the other day where Punk was talking about how he wanted AJ Lee to come back and see how different it was now from when they were there. Yeah. And then AJ came back, saw how different it was, and she told Punk, I want Paige to come see how different it is now. And then I see today that Paige got re-signed. I said, son of a bitch, they made it happen.
Wow.
Look at that. But no, dude, I'm going to bury you next to your father line. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah. And I don't know if that was a planned line because WWE released a statement about it. And I don't know if the statement was, I don't know if the statement was planned.
It's exactly. It's one of those CM Punk things where he blends like reality and kayfabe into one thing.
Blurs the line of it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He crosses the line constantly, and on one hand it makes him dangerous, but on the other hand it makes him really exciting to have around.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of enjoying their antics. I'm enjoying the antics more than the wrestling.
I mean, absolutely. Like, again, you're not like a deep wrestling fan yet. You're not like the kind of guy who watches a match and goes, oh, he almost hit him with a Northern Light suplex, and yet the river, like, even if you don't appreciate wrestling on that level, the fact that you appreciate it on the level of the guys fighting and having a reason to fight, like, that's what really matters.
I've got two things. One, I think if any match is going to get you this weekend, it's going to be that ladder match for the Intercontinental title. There's going to be some wild shit in that with Penta and Javon Evans and all those people.
Yeah, dude. That is the one I really need to see. And that one sounds fucking nutty.
The other thing I want to say is there was a time period where I got like jaded watching wrestling. And it was around when I was working with Fest and everything, because I started looking into dirt sheets and getting into the online discourse and being like, oh, well, they should have booked it this way. They should have done this and that. And then one day I just said, this is fucking dumb. And I stopped doing that. And I went back to just enjoying the show, watching it, not worrying about why did they book this? Who did this? Who did what? Just watch the show and enjoy it. And I fell back in love with wrestling hardcore. And that's like, I feel like I've been drawing people in with me in the Discord slowly but surely. You know what I mean? Like Willie was always, was my wrestling buddy. I could chat with him and Nate about some stuff. Nate more so the old school WCW, but me and Willie could have conversations about the more recent things. And then we drew Kana in, and then Adam started watching some stuff here and there, and then Mick started watching some stuff now here and there. And my buddy Tim joined the Discord, and he's a big fan of wrestling. So it's like I'm gathering up a little crew of wrestling people. Though, like the next Royal Rumble is gonna be lit.
And it's not just WWE shit, too. I would love to join you in, like, Joshi and shit like that. Yep. You know, just really explore the whole world of wrestling. Like, AAA, CMLL, fucking all that kind of shit.
I specifically went and made a playlist of, and it's called Classic Matches to Show the Boys. And I haven't even gotten to, like, WWF and matches and stuff like that. So it's like Kabashi Masawa, stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
All the way to like Cibernetico Conan or Cibernetico El Mesias, maybe some El Santo, you know, like some like really old school shit from, you know, 80s and 90s, like AAA, CMLL, before.
That truly excites me.
Yeah, so I look forward to that when we finally decide to do that. And once things calm down after, you know, with this work, what's going on right now, I think that'll be more feasible to figure out. I just got to get through Monday.
So I had an idea about wrestling I wanted to bring up with you, by the way.
Yeah, by all means. Then I'm going to let Mick vent because it's still me rambling.
So, shit, yeah. You know what, Mick, you want to go?
No. What's your thing on wrestling real quick first?
So I have an idea that I feel like there's got to be a line where you draw it where a wrestling championship becomes a world title versus just being that company's championship, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the line I draw. And I don't know if this is exactly accurate, but when we first had the idea of major wrestling companies that were nationwide, it was because there was WWF, WCW, and ECW, right?
Yeah. Well, yes.
So I feel like any company that was roughly equal to in viewership ECW, they can essentially create a world championship, in my opinion. So I would say, like, TNA, I've always felt a little questionable about because they had middling viewership, but I would say ultimately TNA did essentially have they were the second world championship for quite a while, I'd say.
Well, the thing with TNA is they had questionable viewership here. They were huge in Europe, and especially in like England and Great Britain. They fucking loved TNA. I don't know why, but
that was really interesting.
I would like today. I would put like that ECW level. I would put like Ring of Honor at that.
Ring of Honor. That's interesting because I always felt like Ring of Honor was like the line where I would say that that is where it becomes a question. Like, Ring of Honor, I always thought was either the biggest indie company or the smallest major company, you know?
I would have called them probably the smallest major company.
Okay, interesting.
At least
I actually would have come on the other side of that. I would have come on the other side of that, but I get that. So, like I would say that if someone, like, if Magnus called himself a world champion, a former world champion, I'd be like, yeah, fucking, you held the TNA championship. That's a real world championship, you know, whatever.
And then, and Nick Aldis has also held the NWA World Heavyweight Championship as well.
That one is really interesting because of the history of it, to the point where I don't even know what. But, like, I would say, okay, so to me, like, major world championships since, like, the 90s, I would say, obviously WWF, NWA, and so I guess Nick Aldis holds that history, so I guess there's that. WCW, ECW, TNA, possibly Ring of Honor, definitely AEW and TNA. I think those are the world championships in North America. And then I think New Japan, AAA, CMLL. I don't know if there's anyone else.
I would say Pro Wrestling Noah. I think would
Noah. Okay.
Maybe
Noah definitely was. Noah was definitely bigger than All Japan at one point, and All Japan was for a while also.
Well, that's Noah.
At that level.
Noah came about from an exodus from All Japan, and in fact, Misawa called it Noah because of the biblical implications of taking a bunch of wrestlers on a boat and leaving.
That's really
wrestling
good,
can be
actually.
really poetic sometimes.
God damn, that's actually really interesting. Yeah, I would. Yeah, in that case, yeah, I would consider Noah. I would also say that because NJWPW doesn't hold a women's championship, I would say that probably there's a Joshi championship in Japan that you would consider a world championship. Probably Stardom. Well, Stardom would have been the first one I would have gone with.
Yes,
yeah,
I would say Stardom. There's also Marigold these days, but I would still put Stardom above them as far as I pay to watch Stardom. I haven't paid to watch Marigold yet. Although the one that comes with Marigold comes with Marigold and Noah, and like I think TJPW and DDT, all for one streaming service. And I'm just saying, like, watching, was it Yokihiko? I would like to see one of those matches, even though I think they're ridiculous. I'd like to watch one.
DDT always just really did some interesting stuff. Like, I don't know, there was a really fun period of comedy wrestling at that point between DDT in Japan and Chikara in the US.
Oh yeah, fucking Chikara. Whole like Curry Man and stuff. But anyways, we'll talk more about wrestling next week after WrestleMania, because I'm sure we've bored Jeff enough, and I know Mick's got a vent ready to open and let loose.
I'm way too tired. Do you guys wanna play a game?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let's play a game.
I'd like to play a game.
Would you like to play a game?
I'd like to play a game.
I would, Mick. Let's play.
All right. So I prepped a draft in honor of our fans over at Tadpog. So we played a Boomer Shooter. Huh?
Do you mean friends?
Friends, fans. They're not. The Tadpog people aren't fans of Steam Machine?
Oh, I mean, Dave is.
Oh, well.
Hi, Dave.
Tadpog people, listen to Steam Machine.
Continue.
People that aren't listening to this, listen to this.
Somebody clip this and put it in their Discord.
Yeah, Grim.
Anyway, so it's a 10-spot draft. It's a blind draft. And in honor of this week's Boomer Shooter, this topic is worst Boomer Shooter places to live. So 10 would be I can probably maybe somewhat survive this setting. 1 would be fuck, I'm dead.
All right. So, and you're saying this is a blind draft, so we have to like marry ourselves to a position without knowing what's coming
Correct.
Next.
Couple more ground rules. The topic of this episode is not in the list, and neither is Doom, because we automatically know that Willie would just put Doom in the most favorable spot. So I wanted to make things a little bit more challenging. Okay. All right. Okay. And if you need a minute to Google these games to find out what the setting is, that's fine too. Perfect.
Yeah, let me pull up a window just to make sure.
Because I don't know that you guys have played. I haven't even played all of these.
I'm going to guess I played 7 of them.
Maybe. We're about to find out.
That's just the number I came up with out of nowhere.
We're about to find out. You boys ready?
Ready, man.
All right.
So hold on. So is 1 the most survivable, or is 1 the most dangerous?
1 is the most dangerous.
Okay, so 1 is the one we want to live in the least.
Yes.
10 is the one we feel like we could make a summer home
Yes.
in.
All right. All right, so first one. Hexen.
Huh. Okay, that is already starting off pretty strong. So Hexen is a magical world with a lot of interesting stuff going on in it, but it's also highly corrupted. It's kind of like Heretic. It's kind of like a medieval. I think Hexen is probably worse than Heretic, in terms of like just being even more corrupted and having different kinds of horrible corruption. Again, so you said 1 is the most survivable, or 1 is the sickest?
1 is the sickest.
I feel like Hexen is probably around 4-ish. What do you think, Dalton?
I was thinking 5.
5? Okay, I think I like 5, actually.
All right, so you're both going with 5?
Yeah, it gives us a non-marriageable position.
Makes sense. I don't know if things are going to get worse or better from here, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Number 2, Ion Fury.
You know what? I actually think the Ion Fury universe is pretty decent. Like, it's basically like a near-future Duke Nukem universe. I think it actually is the same universe as Duke Nukem is. But you've got Bombshell working on your side, and she seems like really useful and like nice. I don't know. I feel like this would be like 8.
So pretty. You can probably rent an apartment and
I feel like
go grocery shopping
it would be
and be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What are you thinking, Dalton?
From the looks of it, it just looks like New York. So I'm gonna go 9.
Yeah.
9.
9? Okay, so you want to only leave 1 more spot below. Okay, that's fine. I like that, actually. Because, again, it's basically like... It's a pretty livable universe.
Okay. Number 3, Turbo Overkill.
I actually have not that much info on Turbo Overkill. It's a game I know the title of, but I don't really know the game very well. I'll have to look into that one. Let's see.
Cyberpunk themed shooter.
Inspired by Doom and Duke Nukem 3D. Players control Johnny Turbo, a cyborg with a chainsaw leg, arm rockets, and a grappling hook, fighting a rogue AI and its minions in the city of Paradise.
I'm feeling hard 6 on this one, actually.
Setting is a cyberpunk world where a rogue AI has taken over the city of Paradise.
It just sounds like a near future for us.
Yeah, I'm feeling 6.
Yeah, we can go 6. So we got 5, 6, and 9 so far.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Dusk.
Ooh, this is interesting because it depends on what part of Dusk you're exactly asking about. Because if you're asking, do I live in Dusk, Pennsylvania, the above ground town, it could be worse. But if you're asking if you live in the later chapters, shit gets a little fucky.
I mean, you're probably going to be living there during the events of the game. So you're probably going to start off okay, and then, you get up, you have some cereal one morning, and shit goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, crazed cultist lunatics with hoods on, with coming at you with sickles, not very fun.
No, and that's just how it begins for the guy that's considered the blessed, good version of this game. I don't know, I think this would be about 4th.
I was also thinking 4.
Okay. Number 5, Quake.
Interesting. Quake 1?
Yes.
All right, so the thing about Quake is I really do think that it has a complete... it doesn't have a single concept of the architecture. It's multiple different settings all come together in one place. Like, it feels like Cthulhu-ish at sometimes. It feels like a military base at sometimes. It feels like Gothic castles and other times. But I think that there's probably places in the Quake world you could find to just sit and chill. And I think I'm wanting to put Quake at 10.
Wow. That's...
I think you could live there. I think you could live in those castles and be just okay.
Interesting. I was not expecting that.
Neither was I, because this is one I thought you would bring up too, and I also thought, well, it also has those horrifying Lovecraftian horrors or whatever. Maybe when Dalton comes back, he'll disagree with my point, but We'll see what he has to say.
Well, he seems to be back from his raging piss that he took, and I planned that right for when his headphones went back on.
That was a raging piss, sir.
I saw how quickly you left the room.
Well, I was like, Quake, okay, so I can think about this one. I'm going to take a piss.
So what did you think about when you came back?
I don't remember there being much in Quake that I, feared. It was just all kind of weird.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I feel like it's just places, you know? Yeah. It's a little liminal, it's a little weird, but I feel like it's not a hostile universe. I'm putting this one at 10. I think this is the most survivable one we're going to get.
I was between 8 and 10. I think I will agree with 10.
Okay. Interesting. Number 6, Duke Nukem.
Ooh, aliens. Fucking up my Oprah.
On the other one hand, yeah, exactly. On one hand, we have basically you live on the West Coast and it's cool as shit. On the other hand, yes, aliens have just showed up and fucked up your ride.
You get access to cigarettes. You get access to cigarettes and strip clubs.
I'm feeling like this might be the 8. I honestly don't think Duke Nukem has that bad of a time of it.
I was leaning towards 7 or 8.
If you want to go 7, we can go 7. If you want to go 8, we can go 8.
Let's flip a quarter on it because I'm torn. Let's go heads 7, tails 8. I got it right here. Let's land it on my chest. Picking it up. Hand. We are on tails. 8.
So 8. All right.
All right. Number 7. Ultra Kill.
1.
Right off the bat. That's the least survivable place. All right.
I don't know.
When hell is full, blood is fuel. Literally nothing lives except cybernetic organisms that use human blood as fuel from the afterlife. It's fucking cooked. I was holding out for number 1 just because I thought Ultra Kill might show up.
Interesting. I wasn't sure how aware you guys were of that game.
I don't know much about
it.
I'm looking.
It'll come up on the podcast.
Oh boy. Number 8.
Fast-paced, ultra-violent. So yeah, we'll throw it at 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 1. Not only do you not live through Ultra Kill, not only does your soul not get rest in Ultra Kill, but even after all of that, your soul is just being channeled for a weapons ammunition.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a 1.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty brutal. And I'm looking at the rest of the list, and you might have made a good choice there. Number 8, Unreal Tournament.
Ooh.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever the nicest thing we have left is Unreal Tournament. I really do think that, it's even though it is gladiatorial combat, at least it's fun. I feel like I would have a good time there.
Yeah, if we weren't the gladiators, then yeah, fuck yeah, Unreal Tournament's great.
Okay.
Yeah, Facing Worlds, one of the coolest levels ever made. Let's go.
Number 9.
So we got
2 more.
And 3 left, right?
You got 2 and 3 as least.
I think that's right.
Okay. This gets even more and more interesting because you have to you have to decide which one of what's left goes in the 2 slot, which is second least survivable to Ultra Kill, which brings us to number 9, Blood.
Ooh. I feel like Blood is also really similar to Dusk in that it's like, a town with a lot of cultists and that kind of shit. But
is the one that's left Painkiller?
Yeah, it might be.
Because Painkiller would suck too.
I feel like I want to 3 it. I want to 3 it just to see what's left.
Okay.
You can do Blood at 3? We can do Blood at 3. Blood at 3. All right, what's at number 2 then?
Number 10, the final one, which you're putting in the 2 slot, Wolfenstein 3D.
Shit. Okay. That is literally a Nazi torture camp. So I might not have put that at number 2, but it's definitely not a great place to be.
There's about 6 million people that probably would have put it at number 1, Willie.
Oh, shit. He went there.
But no, yeah, I agree. Number 2 is not bad for... Well, you do get to kill Nazis.
Concentration camp versus death and soul used for a weapon. Yeah, I could see that placement.
Imagine dying in a concentration camp and then waking up in Ultra Kill, and that's just the afterlife you're in.
Oh no!
Fuck
that doesn't sound fun at all.
No, I would rather not imagine that.
So, what did you pick for number 10 again? Where are you making your summer home?
Was that Quake?
Quake.
Did we put Quake at?
I think we said Quake.
You're just gonna live in the castle?
Because we just thought it was like, it just seemed survivable. You know, it had a lot of different variations. It's like Lovecraftian in some places. Other places are just like beautiful Gothic castles. You know, it just seemed nice.
Plus, if I'm being chased, I can just run diagonally and it's really fast and I'll get away.
Yeah, just jump a bunch and they're fucking gone, dude.
So waz the heck out of there.
Exactly.
So that's our draft. Those are the worst places to live from the Boober Shooter universe.
Oh, no.
I am
much like Backlov's Golf, they are now Boober Shoomers. That is fantastic.
God fucking damn it,
Boober Shoomers.
Make it right now before you forget. Make the channel right now in the Discord.
We don't have a Boomer Shooter channel. You're going to have to make your own Boomer Shoomer channel.
We do have a Boomer
What is it? Do I have admin privileges?
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
Okay. I was going to say, if I have the ability to do it, I'll do it myself. Boober Shoomers. Spell it. Here, I'm going to tell you how to spell it in the chat. Just to really throw people off.
I'm just glad I was sitting there waiting for Ultra Kill because I knew Ultra Kill was coming, and yeah, it's the worst.
So,
literally, have you ever played Ultra Kill before, Mikolov?
No, but there is a.
Do you know what it shows you when you first open the game? It says, "Hell is full, blood is fuel," and that's it. That's the introduction of that game.
There is a crossover with Pal World.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And one of the things it gives you, or one of the things you could craft in the crossover, is a gun that replaces you throwing the Pal Sphere with you throw a coin instead. And then you could shoot the coin.
Oh, nice.
And I'm guessing that's something you can do in Ultra Kill.
Yeah, that's a major mechanic in the early game. Like, after the first world, it, basically is like one of the ways you like set up your combos, because Ultra Kill plays a lot like Devil May Cry in terms of setting up combos.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, boys, I know it's getting late for Mick and everything, so let's talk some medieval, and then we can talk about what we're doing from here on out. So let me do that little Wikipedia bullshit, as we say here. See, Mick, you're not the only one that gets hit with that. I did that to myself. Wikipedia? I didn't say that on purpose, but it's stuck.
It's true. But I don't know. It's a little bit more respectable than Boober Shoomers.
Tis I, Frederick Boomer Shoomer.
I'm actually checking to see if you actually put it into the Discord yet.
I did. I just spelled it like shooter. I just spelled H-O. I had already done it before you typed that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Willie's Boober Shoomers. Okay, I see it.
Willie's Boober Shoomers.
That works.
Oh, my name's on it. Cool.
Yeah, see? Double rib. Yeah. Medieval is a first-person shooter video game developed by...
Indefatigable.
Thank you. And published by New Blood Interactive. The game's dark fantasy theme, action-oriented gameplay, and retro-inspired visual elements have earned it frequent descriptions as a spiritual successor to 1994's Heretic and 1995's Hexen. In the ancient past, a mysterious and powerful evil force has appeared and corrupted the sacred lands of the known realms. Though many heroes have tried to defeat the evil force, none have succeeded. The protagonist, known only as the Champion, is the first to overcome the trial of the Black Labyrinth and to win the right to carry a holy battle axe. Possessing this powerful relic grants the wielder passage to the higher planes, and as the Champion travels to the interdimensional gateway, the voices of ancient deities warn of the greater power of the evil force and implore the Champion to cleanse the sacred lands. So, Willie, this was your pick, man. What made you pick it, and what were your first impressions?
Thing one that made me pick this game was we've played so many games that had a ton of just mental and time overhead that I really just wanted to play a game that would let us play a game on our own hours. And then if you played it for 20 hours, cool. If you played it for 1 hour, also cool. I wanted a game with no obligation for any of us.
That's fair.
My first impression, I actually got this game as part of a package a long time ago. I can't even actually remember what package it was, but I think I got it the same time I got Dusk and several other games. And I'd seen people refer to a Medieval, Dusk, and Ultra Kill as kind of being like the modern Boomer Shooter trilogy. So I definitely just was curious after playing and loving Dusk that I had to try this out. And once I started playing it, I'm like, I want to share this with my friends.
Oh, yeah. Mick, what about you? What was your first impression of this?
So, I booted up the game, got dropped in a mystical area with a giant axe, said, oh cool, I have a giant axe. Walked around for a little bit, killed some bad guys, got some power-ups, walked around for a little bit more, got a staff that shot magic, switched to the staff, walked around a little bit more, killed a couple more bad guys, walked around a little bit more, found bad guys that can shoot you from a distance, died, respawned, went to go fight those same guys again, died, respawn, went to go fight those same guys again, died, respawned, repeat ad nauseum for about an hour, put the game down, never picked it up again.
I would love to watch how you played the game, because I genuinely don't understand how it turned out that way, and I would love to see you stream it to me at some point.
I will, but basically, I don't know. I just, I was picking up health, I was picking up mana, I was using abilities, and I could not keep myself from getting hit by the magic that was coming at me from a distance. It did way too much damage, and I died. It was literally like at the point where it's like, how did this happen? And why does this keep happening? Because it seems like I have enough health. I'm not in the highest difficulty. Yeah. I'm like, this should be easier than it is, and it kept happening. Like, whatever they were shooting me with was hitting me like a tank, and they just kept coming. It just kept coming. Like, I'd get hit, I'd see the flash of red, I'd try to move out of the way, I'd get hit, I'd see the flash of red, and the next thing I know, I'm dead and respawning. And I just could not figure out why I kept dying.
This game does something that I consider a cardinal sin in games like this, and that is that they have enemies come at you from behind. Like, they'll spawn behind you and come at you, like, which I haven't run into a ton in, like,
not very frequently, no.
And that very well could be something that you just weren't noticing, that something was spawning in behind you and shooting you from behind as well.
No, wouldn't have happened in chapter 1.
That's fair. Once I got to, I'll say this with my first impressions, like, I love the aesthetic of this game, right? The levels and stuff were super cool. I thought the gameplay was really fun. I got to a certain point, and let me look at the list of episodes so I can tell you when it was. I think it was the solar solstice was the first time that I was like, okay, I keep getting my ass handed to me. I don't remember what kind of enemy it was, but it was one of the ones that took a few shots to kill. But dude, they were just hitting me, like you said, they were hitting me like a truck, and I was just like, fuck this. And I looked it up. I know, Willie, I know what you're gonna say, but so I looked up because I'm like, this is a boomer shooter. I know it's got cheats. What is this? So I found the cheat for infinite health, bopped that in, and then proceeded to be able to finish the level. And really, I started really enjoying the game more when I could focus, because when I put in infinite health, I don't just stand there like a tank. I will still try to avoid everything, right? I still want to play the game as should be played. I just don't want to have to deal with playing a level over and over and over. Once I remembered that I could F5 and quick save, that was a big help too. I always forget that that's a thing on PC. But
yeah, one of the funny things too is, like, this game is one of those games that I had this similar feeling in a lot of boomer shooters, where, like, if I just allow myself to save, I don't die afterwards. But if I don't let myself save, I, like, get in my own head and I get fucking wrecked,
100%. Happens to me.
So I made a ton of saves in this game. I'll be honest, I did use a lot of saves in this game. I didn't have to load a lot of those saves, but I did make a ton of saves.
I didn't even know that was a thing. But I was also playing. Helps. I was also playing on the Steam Deck, so I didn't really know any keyboard controls.
There is one level in this game that we need to talk about, and that is the forges.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this, like, you actually got ahead of me briefly, because when I picked this game, I'd played like 4 chapters of it out of 7. And you went and played the forges out of order, and then messaged us and said, like, I fell off of this incredibly high place, and I am just rage quitting.
That's exactly what happened. I made it so far up, and then just made one wrong mistake and fell all the way back to the beginning of the level, and promptly Alt F forward. I was like,
and also the forges is one of, like, the 2 episodes where if you fall out of the world, I think it does kill you instead of respawning you. So.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of first-person platforming. Now, they did, for the most part, do pretty good with the first person platforming sections, but whoever made the forges was evil.
I did feel also like once you understood that like you had to jump early instead of late, like most of the platforming was pretty good if you just recognized jump early. But it took me a while to learn that too. So
yeah.
I hate platforming I don't know. In shooter games. I hate them. I hate it. I hated it in Half-Life. I wouldn't. If I had gotten any further, I would have hated it here.
If you didn't like it in Half-Life, you weren't going to have a good time with the platforming in this game. Although it did the platforming was fun for finding hidden stuff, I thought.
Yeah. I will say that. I'll give you that. And the couple of levels that had like where water was above you somehow and you would end up in the water that's above you and swimming around, but if you fell out of the bottom, you would just plummet to wherever the fuck. Like that was interesting.
Yeah. There were some strange fluid rules, but it also, revolved around, the power of the evil being able to warp time and space. One
thing that I absolutely didn't think of doing until just now, but I absolutely should have done, was so you have your main fire and then you have alt fire. Now, alt fire, you hit that and it just activates your soul meter and you have a new way to shoot. When I'm holding my mouse and I'm like doing stuff, my fucking middle finger will randomly just twitch and click. And I would just be running down a hallway and activate that and waste it. And I would be so annoyed with myself. So I had to, now that I'm thinking about it, next time if we do a game that's like that again, I'm going to remap that to one of my side mouse buttons because I don't hit those near as often. But yeah, speaking of the weapons, the alt fires were cool. I really liked what I called the painkiller weapon. That was like my main go-to. And it's just like...
Yeah, the Star of Torment.
Yeah, I called it the Dandelion.
I could see that, actually. Yeah, it makes sense.
Star of Torment, yeah, because that thing, you could just pin people to walls with it, and it was fantastic. But the weirdest weapon to me was like the ribbons that shot the lightning ball.
Oh, the Eternum, the basically the BFG in the game.
Yeah. That, when you did alternate fire, it shot black holes. I got an achievement on GOG for eating 10 enemies in one black hole.
Yep.
Which
same achievement exists on Steam. I'm very happy about that.
Did you also get you just blew up the earth?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a gun. I hesitate to call it a gun.
The Celestial Claw.
Yeah, it's like a staff. Yeah, okay, so it's a claw staff thing, and it fires planets.
It's called a Celestial Claw. It's a rocket launcher, essentially, except the way it works is it plucks planets out of the universe from time and space, shrinks them down, fires them, and then expands them on impact.
Yeah, so one of them will randomly be the Earth, and you shoot it, and you'll get an achievement, and it just goes, you just blew up the Earth.
Yep.
Which I found cheeky.
I really enjoyed that.
Imagine that being your last moments alive. You're just going about your day, and all of a sudden, like, you look up at the sky, and you just see, like, somebody's face getting closer and closer and closer until kaboom.
I actually don't want to imagine that. That's terrifying. A giant-ass face in the sky.
Yeah.
Just coming down.
Until you, like, collide with its nose. Probably see the nose hairs, like, very close. You just look up.
Oh, the nose hairs would be, like, the size of mountains if it was that big.
Yeah.
If not bigger.
That's probably what... You probably get stabbed by a nose hair. That's what I'm thinking. The part of the planet that's facing the nose, like, you just see the nose get very, very close, and then all of a sudden you just... hair right through the chest.
I'm thinking the hair would be bigger than humans.
You think it would crush?
Oh, yeah. Crush? I think it would crush us. Just squish.
Yeah.
Like that I am squishing your head thing. Like, I think it would be like that. Like, just absolute destruction. So I did enjoy the weapons in this a lot. I thought they were very creative. Gave me I think Willie, at one point I messaged you and said, this is giving me Wrecker vibes with this axe.
Yeah. Which
is a Doom mod that's become its own thing, which is... Well, I'm sure that'll come up for the show at some point too.
I'd love to play Wrecker for it.
I have thoughts on the final boss. I don't know about you.
I don't know what you did on the final boss, but personally, I found a really stupid exploit.
I alt-fired with the Star of Pain, you said? The Star of Pain?
Star of Torment.
And I wore him down with that, and then I popped over to just hitting him with planets until he died.
I literally just stood behind the blue mana thing, because it turns out you could just hide there and it couldn't hit you. And I would just reach out, and I would shoot it, and it would give me more mana, and I could just reload that, and then just keep on doing it.
I did notice the more damage you did to him, it would give you soul meter back. So I was popping that every time I could.
Yeah, but I just noticed that the blue soul meter seemed to do the most damage. Also, I would like to talk about the soul meter weapons for a moment, because like I really thought that was cool. So it was kind of like Heretic's Tome of Power, where every weapon has a unique form. But like one thing I really liked is even the first weapon you pick up, the Azure Staff, like it becomes this like horrifying rain of water and stuff. Like even the first weapon in the game is useful and cool.
I mean, the axe, when you used it on the axe, you would hold it in front of you and spin it like a rotator and just gnaw people down. Like it was gnarly. And like I said, the ribbon thing, the BFG of the game shot a black hole. The spike weapon, the Star of Torment, would throw its spikes out, and then the ones that didn't hit an enemy would bounce. And
they would just home and change directions. Yeah, it was really cool.
It was a really, really neat weapon. And then the planets, like
that turned into that's actually one of the most interesting ones. That weapon changed it to, instead of plucking planets, it would pluck out stars.
Supernovas, yeah.
But that also, stars and supernovas. But that also meant if you tried to use it against the fifth boss in the game, the Solar Saint, he could actually repel that attack. Not the planet-based one, but if you used the soul-based one, it would repel and shoot that star back at you because he is a sun-based monster.
Yeah, that's a brilliant bit of game programming.
Yeah. I really liked that, because when it happened to me, I was like, what the fuck? And then I thought about it for a moment. I'm like, oh yeah, I just tried to kill the sun with a sun. My bad.
I had the best experience in this game, followed by my worst experience in this game, within succession of one another, being episodes 6 and 7. So I really liked Arcane Expanse.
Yeah, the architecture in that is so cool. It uses colored lights and like stained glass and all that, and it looks really beautiful.
Yeah, all the stained glass and all the purple and blue and red lighting everywhere was really, really neat. I very, very much enjoyed the whole layout of that level. And then I did not like the Void. I thought it was a cool concept, but I got turned around so hard in there a few times, like fucking A.
Yeah, I felt like the Void kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit. Like it, and even then, like I never felt like the combat in the Void was that much of a challenge. I just felt like it was the game giving me something to do so I could get to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it just felt like it dragged on. I was just like, all right, I am ready to. And luckily, after that, it was the final boss. But it was getting to the point where I was just starting to get weathered, I guess, on it. But I really, like I said, I really enjoyed the Arcane Expanse. I liked the Domain of the Sentinels. The Sacred Path was cool.
Also, like, the Sacred Path also brought up one of the quiet, like, type matchup things in the game, where it doesn't tell you that type matchups exist, but if you use blue, the Azure Staff against the Flame Wraiths there, it actually does double damage, because the Azure Staff is water-based, so it extinguishes them.
Yeah, I would notice that sometimes that some weapons were better against other enemies, and I would try to take note of that for future not wasting mana.
Most of it was pretty subtle, because I really did feel like I didn't run out of mana that much in the game, in the main quest anyway.
Now, Mick, while you were in your hour, did you have a favorite weapon that you used between the two?
No, they both kind of felt the same to me. One was a distance weapon, one was a close weapon. Mostly just kept to the distance weapon, because I was trying to not die.
Did you never get the sword?
No. I only made it to just after getting the wand or the staff, and I was trying to use it like a gun, and every now and then I would pop the soul thingy, and I still couldn't get past a certain point.
Now, Willie, you will appreciate this. The moment of just realization when I was going against those enemies that shot the blue strike at you, and I swung that sword and hit that blue strike coming at you with the green one that you throw out, and it went and made it go away. I went, oh, that is fucking brilliant. And I just, dude, that was my weapon for like, until I found the Star of Torment, that sword was my boy.
So you were a green mana guy.
Yes.
I get you.
Very much a green mana man.
I love it. I do think the Star of Torment and the sword were both really awesome. I felt like I used the Azure staff way more than you would expect, just because I thought it was like super useful against floating enemies in general.
Would you say that was your favorite weapon in the game?
No, I would say my favorite was still probably the Star of Torment.
Yeah, we're in agreement there. That weapon's just badass.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it's the same thing where, like, when we eventually get around to one of the painkillers, I'm sure me and you were going to be like, "Did I fucking nail gun or whatever it is? Fucking sweet."
Yeah, yeah, dude, sticking dudes to a wall is really fucking fun.
It is fun. It is.
But like then again, like I didn't use the axe that much in the base game, but I did play some of the DLC because actually Nate bought me the DLC several weeks ago, and so I did play the first 3 levels of the DLC. And holy shit! So the thing is, the DLC is a prequel to the game, so you do not have the Axe of the Champion because you aren't the champion of the Black Labyrinth yet. You have to actually earn that. So the weapon you have instead of the axe is called the Gauntlets of the Platinum Star. Okay. And so people that know a lot of shit are probably thinking, Platinum Star. That is a meaningful term, isn't it? And yeah, it is. It is a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You literally have the ability to, if you use your soul power on it, do the Star Platinum attack that goes like...
Nice. I'm not gonna lie, my brain went Fist of the North Star, but
it's the stand attacks in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are inspired by the Fist of the North Star attack. So yes, yeah.
Okay, so we're just talking anime lineage then here.
Yep, exactly.
I got you. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I did not. I only had the base game, so I just played the base game of it, but.
So I did not finish Black Labyrinth, but I did enjoy it a lot, and I'm very grateful for Nate for getting for me, and I will finish it in the future because it's super fucking fun. The way the level design works, that's really different too, because it's very much more like, it feels more like modern like Doom 2 WADs, where it's orchestrating like there's a world and there's a setting like there is in, you know, the base game, but it's all about getting you to the next big combat arena.
I can dig it, man. Is there anything else we wanted to touch on?
Andrew Hulshult's music.
The music did slap.
Did you also notice that Andrew Hulshult played the final boss? Like, even when you got to the final boss, did you hear that voice and think it sounded kind of familiar? It's the exact same voice of Jacob, the cult leader from Dusk.
Oh, no shit. I did find a hidden message in a wall in one of the levels.
Yes.
Just
yeah, you found that, and I didn't find that, by the way. So, like, I was very impressed by that.
I was running along, and I just happened to look at this wall, and it just said, "Buy Dusk. It's only $20 on Steam." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I can't tell you how many times I walked forward and backed up because I have it on GOG, so I can't just hit my screenshot button like I can on Steam games. So I had to back up and then do it, and then quickly hit Windows Shift S and try to grab it so many times. But I had to show you guys that said that. I was like,
it made me happy. I'm glad you shared that with me. It really did.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the music was great in this game, dude. It thumped.
Yeah, like it also had that same kind of like the same thing that Dusk has, where it has like the quiet parts and then the action version of the music. Yeah. I really liked that. Did you ever find the evil difficulty setting in the game?
No.
So, in both the original game and in the DLC, there's a way, much like Quake 1, where if you explore really carefully, you can find a hidden difficulty that's even harder than the hard mode.
Oh, no. I only found the easy, normal, and hard, and I went easy.
Yeah, that's... So you did finish the game, but you finished it on easy.
Yes.
I still find that respectable. I'm glad you did finish it. I beat it on hard, and the other weird thing is I really did think that of all the boomer shooters we played for this game podcast, I think this is the easiest one. Like, I genuinely think that this game on hard mode is easier than Quake 1 was on hard.
And I think that is just your experience with this genre, because this game kicked both mine and Mick's ass.
I found Doom Eternal to be easier.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think it's also maybe just things I learned about the approach of things, like moving backwards in a circle strafe, kind of that sort of thing. I would like to say that the official wiki of the game is on medievalsomething.gg, and it's really funny. Like, the people that do the wiki are hilarious. I don't have any examples of it, but I remember looking it up and thinking it was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm on right now, looking when I was getting the episode names, is the wiki.gg for a medieval, or Ami Devil, whatever you want to call it.
I love it. It looks like it says "Am I Devil," doesn't it?
Am I Devil?
Am I Devil?
Yes, I
am. But like, if you look
God,
up,
that would have been a great intro too.
shit, fuck, we fucked it. But like, if you look up the Alpha Battle Mage, for instance, is a monster in the game, and at one point the text in that wiki describes the character as instead like the Sigma Fight Sorcerer. Like, just funny shit like that. I don't know. I guess that's kind of it. That's mostly what I got. I am glad you had a good time with it. I'm sorry that Mick didn't.
No, we can't win them all. I know I have on good authority that there is an upcoming game eventually that none of us are going to like. So there is that.
Yeah, I mean, fucking sometimes that's just how it ends up. Sometimes you just wind up with some Lords Leaping.
Leaping Larry Poffo.
The genius.
The genius. The poet. Fun fact, could also blow himself.
Oh, wow.
As he would prove to people in the locker room who said, no, you can't, apparently.
That's cool. I mean, he could blow me too, but no one's calling me a fucking prophet.
All right, let's do some ratings, and then we'll get into the ending spiels, and we'll get on out of here. Mick, let's start with you. I feel like you have the shortest answer for this.
I'm not gonna slam this game or give it a low rating. I'm just gonna abstain from rating this game because I played it for an hour and probably could have eventually figured it out, but just didn't have the time to. So we'll give it participation points for being pretty.
I'll give it that. Yeah, I figured you'd give it an A, but I figured I'd ask anyway.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for giving me the option to give it a 1, but I don't want to disrespect the game like that.
Yeah.
I do think DNR is the most respectable answer you could have given, so thank you for that.
Dungeons and Roses.
Mm-hmm.
DNF and R.
So I think I really enjoyed the aesthetic of this game. The graphical style, we didn't even touch on it, but there are different cheats that change the color palettes to different computer eras, which was really interesting. There was one that turned up all of the post-processing, which was also very interesting, but the reflections of light made it absolutely impossible to play that in that mode. But yeah, so those were cool, but the graphics themselves were just absolutely phenomenal for what they were going for. They nailed their aesthetic. The gameplay was fun. I do think that, again, whoever made the Forges is an evil person, and whoever made the Void really liked their idea, so they wanted to make it as long as possible. But other than that, I really liked this game a lot. I'm gonna give this a solid, I'll give it 8 amids out of 10 evils.
Oh, I love that Danhausen. That was a really good Danhausen. You Danhaused the shit out of us.
Danhaused the shit out of it. What about you, Willie?
His Ratinghausen.
He's Ratinghausen. You know what? I genuinely agree with that. I think that the game had a lot of really cool ideas that it explored in a shallow way, but in a really interesting way. It took us to a lot of really cool places, and I'm really happy I went to those places. I think people consider this game and Dusk and Ultrakill to be kind of the holy trinity of New Blood games. And I would say I don't think this one holds up to the other two, but holy shit, I'm happy I played it, and I'm happy I played it with you guys. I think I've got to give this one 8 purple bananas out of 10 void splitters.
Oh yeah. Got some respectable numbers for it then, man. Real quickly, about one more thing about Danhausen. I tweeted him about this because it just intrigued me, the thought of it. I was like, Danhausen, once he's done with his wrestling career, should take over for Svengoolie or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And call it Danhausen's Filmhausen.
Filmhausen! I love that.
And
yes.
I was like, dude, he could just show old movies and stuff and then just do his shtick and it would be fantastic.
When he goes home, does he go home to his Dan house?
Yes, and then he goes inside, so he's Danhausen.
Yeah.
He's got to pet his dog who lives in the doghausen.
And if he's not careful, he could also end up in the doghausen.
That's true.
This is very true.
Very, very true.
Very evil.
Very evil.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So I guess that just leaves what we're playing next, and it is finally time. I feel like it won last year because it did. We are playing a little game called Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. The game that made people go, did Hideo Kojima see into the future when he made this game? What in the fuck? So I look forward to revisiting it and seeing how it holds up now, the whole story of it.
PS2 era? Came out for PS2 originally, right?
Originally, yes.
Yep. It was the first one for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it was also one that was very famous for its
Bait and switch?
it advanced on some of the I was gonna say it just advanced on some of the shit that Psycho Mantis did in the first Solid.
And I played and beat 1 back in the day, and I never played any other Metal Gear after that. So this is literally going to be me picking up where I left off as a young adult in my 20s.
That's fantastic.
Sweet. Let's go.
One thing that I want to mention now, just because in case I forget next time, a little attention to detail that Kojima, like his level of detail, when you are insert character here, I don't want to give it away, and when you're Snake, when you run up the stairs, you step on each stair individually. Whereas, go walk up a staircase in Skyrim and watch how it happens under your feet.
Mm.
You're technically walking up a ramp that looks like stairs.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas in this one, it's and you can hear it. And it's so good. I look forward to I have the GOG version, so I got y'all.
Cool. Very nice.
But yeah, we may have a guest. The person that was going to be on this episode, I know, has been very, very busy lately. So I will get a hold of them and see if they're still on. I won't announce it just in case they're not able to do it. But we might have a guest for this one. And yeah, that just leaves the house cleaning. So let me pull that up.
The housing cleaning.
The house and cleaning.
Clean housing.
I did change my name on Twitter to Steam Machine Daltonhausen. I think it is a super nerd. Yeah, Steam Machine Daltonhausen. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Before I do this, Mick, plug your stuff.
Please watch my MSI Claw A8 review on YouTube at Team Retrogue. It just came out a few hours ago, and it's doing horribly because it is way too expensive, but the video was a lot of work and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, so even if you have zero interest in the topic and zero interest in buying it, please tune in just to hear my thoughts.
I watch all of your videos, my good sir, just so you know.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
See, the way I see this particular video is I don't expect very many people to buy it just because of how expensive it is and where things are as a whole with Ramageddon and all that. So my goal was to offer and compare it to handhelds that were more affordable and did similar things. So it is kind of a shopping guide, but it also is, you get to see some, footage and gameplay of a device that you may never lay hands on. Even I don't get to keep it. I have to send it back to the company, which it's back in its box and ready to go.
Yeah, in my head, I can't justify paying that price for a handheld when you could probably get a decent laptop for that,
That's exactly what I said in the video.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. Like for the price that you literally would have to want to use that as your only PC.
Yeah, your gaming device.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, not just a gaming device, but probably a daily driver for your actual life.
Right, which means you're plugging it into a monitor. Now you're getting a keyboard and mouse because you're basically using it as a desktop that you can take with you to play video games on.
At which point it becomes not a handheld, essentially. Right.
But
at that point, buy a laptop.
But I do know people that use Windows laptops exactly like that. They use it as a gaming device, and then when they need to do productivity, they plug it into a monitor with a keyboard, and they're perfectly happy with that.
I've got some reaction like that out of the device you sent me, although it's more me tapping into my computer. So
yeah. And even then, that's an Android device. You're just doing remote connection to that with it.
Yeah, I'm just basically SSHing into my computer.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, go check out Team Retrogue over on YouTube, man. If you would do us a favor and leave us a review over on iTunes or Spotify, it would really help us out in the algorithm. It means a lot to me. The other day, I don't know if it was just my computer. If anybody wants to check this and let me know if it's any different for you, I went to go look at our reviews on iTunes to see if there had been any new ones. And there used to be a bunch of text reviews. There is now just one. And I'm not quite sure why. So, the number of reviews is still there. But all the text parts are gone. It's just very, very strange. But yeah, and then on Spotify, give us a thumbs up or however the hell it is over on Spotify. It means the world. It helps people find the show. You want to join the Discord? bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. Gets you in. You can join in on the shenanigans. Vote on the polls. There's going to be a new poll going up because Metal Gear. Oh shit, I didn't realize that until just now. Okay, then we get to announce a poll winner. So after Metal Gear, the last winner. Are you ready for this, Mikolov?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
We're going to be hitting Dark Souls Remastered for the next pick for the poll. But for the poll going now, because I always set it up where we got a buffer just in case. There have been a couple just in case situations, but the poll winner, overwhelmingly, a game that was just removed from Steam and then put back on. Boys, a cozy game won the poll.
Star
Sand Island.
Wait, how was that game removed?
Oh.
So they did like an update, and there was a mini game that had a mechanic in it that was basically like they were using that as a, how do I put this? Basically, it was too close to something else, and they had to take it out and change it and put it back in because they were like, when we were making this mini game, we were using, I don't remember what game it was, as an inspiration, but we didn't change it enough on release, and that's our bad for forgetting to do that, basically. So they immediately made a build without that.
They got hit with like a copyright thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a cease and desist.
They immediately Steam pulled it off. They immediately put out a build without it, and Steam approved it, and they're back up now. So
okay. So I was gonna say I'm downloading it onto a handheld as we speak. So I was surprised to hear that it had temporarily gone down or been taken down.
But yeah, so that beat out Jade Empire, X4 Foundations, Far Cry 5, and The Forest.
Man.
So that is literally our Discord peeps being nice to us.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, they're throwing us Dark Souls before they throw us into a peaceful, cozy game, so how nice are they really being?
I mean, I think that's been being very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to play Dark Souls for the podcast spring.
I think, a cozy game after Dark Souls will be much welcomed, especially since they could have thrown us into X4, which is like, okay, welcome to one of the most complex games that I know of. Let's dive in.
Yeah. Yeah, like, even as someone who plays Elite Dangerous, it's like, oh, God, I'm putting them into the shit.
Yeah. So I get to make a new poll tonight. That'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see what pops up on there. But anyway, back to the spiel. Join the Discord, bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. Check out the website, bit.ly/The Steam Machine Podcast, capitalized phonetically. But the real cool place that you want to go, the real place, is the Patreon. Patreon.com/The Steam Machine Podcast. And that's all lowercase. No need to worry about shenanigans with that. $1 or more a month gets you the episodes early, and you get the banter in the beginning. That's just for the Patreons, and you can get that RSS feed, put it into your podcast app. Oh, excuse me. A burp came up while I was talking. And, get all that goodness. And if you donate $10 or more a month, you get all of that, plus your name read on each and every episode, like these wonderful, wonderful people.
You should totally read the patrons as Housens.
Dates of Cogsworth, the 7th of June-iper Hausen. Jeff, the original Expendable, Mr. Syllables, old Jeffy Lube. Also, he is a Duckhausen. The man who erased his nickname, now the Wolverine, formerly known as Logan Jareedhausen, a.k.a. Little Lomaniakhausen. Ariesoradam, shout out to his podcast, Spectre Approved Hausen. Team Retrogue, check him out on the YouTube Hausens. Mr. Puzzles, Dane himself Hausen. Flyin, Brian, Doran, Greyhausen, and Fenris, the healer from the Isles of Bamahausen. None of you are cursed. None.
Very good. I'm proud of you, Dalton. You did that on the fly.
Lovely.
All right. Shout out to... Oh, I really need to... Shout out to Dane and Jess Media Dump. You can also catch me over there talking about some movies, media, and all things tangent. That's what we do. Check out my music, nowthenightmare.bandcamp.com. Get a shirt, tsmpproductions.threadless.com. Get you a new steamy design on your stuff. And yeah, that's all we got. So we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about Metal Gear. I don't think. Oops, hold on one second. Clicked the wrong thing. There we go. I don't think Metal Gear. Let me. How long to beat that real quick? I do not believe it's super long. I want to say it's like 12 hours max.
Yeah, I was feeling 12. 12 was my initial thought.
MGS2.
I feel like that game is kind of an on rails experience because I remember the first one.
Yeah,
it definitely is an on rails game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's not quite stage based. At least the first one wasn't quite stage based because you had like an open zone, but it was definitely linear.
Yeah,
So,
I'm feeling
main story 13 hours. Main plus side 15 and a half. Completionist 28 and a half.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
And completionist is like if you want to shoot all the birds, do all that wild shit you can do in that game. Like, don't worry about any of that, dude. Just hit the story. That's what matters. And
we'll figure out what happens when we need Scissor 61.
And feel free to cheat if you need to. You know, it doesn't bother me. All right, so
yeah,
we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about Metal Gear Solid 2. Until next time, everyone, take it easy.
And easy.
Metal Gear Solid
Hausen.
Metal Gear Solid Hausen.
Metal Gear Solid Hausen. Sons of Liberty Hausen. Everything's Hausen. Happy WrestleMania!